Hey friends, Megan McIntosh here. Welcome to this video. Today I want to talk to you about how to get your beliefs and your mindset on board with the impact you want to make, with the goals you have in your heart, and how to really shift your mindset or start creating new beliefs so that the things that you want, the things that you dream of, the things that you desire actually happen, that you follow through on what you want. So if you're watching live, say hi, drop a 1 down below in the comments if you're watching right now. If you're watching the replay, please drop a 2 down in the comments. Let me know where you're coming in from, what city, what country, what town, all that fun stuff. I'm just outside of I'm just outside of Toronto in a city called Mississauga. And yeah, it's been a bit of a rainy day. It's a very fall day. I was at my cottage. Excuse me if my nose looks red and is peeling, but this past weekend I was at my cottage by the lake, and it's a beautiful place by Lake Huron, and we're kind of closing up our cottage for the season. Very sad about that, but it was nice to get away this past weekend there, and the weather was beautiful. The fall leaves are changing. However, my allergies were nuts. Literally, my nose was running the whole time. I was like, I can't breathe. So I usually have allergies during the summer months, but I've literally been allergy free pretty much throughout all of COVID. And then this past weekend, they just went nuts. So my whole skin is peeling because it was just a nutty allergy attack all weekend long. But I'm good now. Back in the city. I joke, I'm like, seriously, in the city, I don't have allergies. But when I go to the country with the trees and the beautiful nature air, I have allergies. But in the city, I guess I'm just used to smog and pollution, right? Have you ever heard of that with allergies? You like have opposite of what you should be allergic to. So I want to talk to you about mindset and beliefs and really training yourself to think differently, because everyone says mindset is the 90% that gets you where you want to go, but it really is so important on your journey to going after whatever goal you want to get your mindset on board. And the reason for this is because you could know all the strategy, you could know all the things that you need to do, and you could be executing on that strategy, you could be going after, you could be actually implementing and taking lots of action. But those two things might not get you closer to where you want to be because your mindset and energy is off. And I know it may seem unbelievable, right? It might be, well, is it really that important to have your mindset at the right spot and your energy to be high? And 100% it is. So let me just give you a couple of examples, okay, of where you might be missing the mark on the mindset, missing the mark on your energy, and not really getting the desired results that you want from just taking action or doing the day-to-day things when we're talking about your business here. So first off, you want to think about, okay, knowing your outcome, knowing what you want, right? You do have to have a goal, you do have to have a plan. So let's just pretend you have a plan. If you don't have a plan, make a plan, make a desire, know in your heart what you want, and think about it. And you really want to think about it as much as you can. I really recommend thinking about what you want on a day-to-day basis, hour by hour if you can. I mean, you don't have to think about it hourly if your mindset's really strong. But if you're wobbly in your mindset and your energy, and you have a tendency to get off course, or you have a tendency to get off focus and be less disciplined, then you want to start reminding yourself what it is that you want, right? Once you get practice in mindset, and once you get practice in knowing what you want and making that committed decision and being disciplined to doing the actions to get to what you want, you don't need to consistently hourly be by hour or minute by minute be thinking of what you want, because your mind's already on the goal. You've already made the decision. But if you're wobbly in your decision in any way, and you might have something that comes up in your head that puts you off course, then you're going to have to be reminded of the vision. You're going to have to be reminded of what you want. So first off, you need the plan. You need that outcome. You need to have the desire, what it is that you want, right? So it could be anything from, when we're talking about business, it could be amount of clients, right? It could be the amount of clients you want in a month, or it could be you want your brand to be a specific way, or it could be that you're going after a certain income level. Whatever it is, put your mind to the desire that you want. And it could even be just, I want to build my business and this is what I want to do, right? If your mind is in the game, you're going to go off and you're going to be worried about, am I building it now? Maybe in 2 months, I don't really know what I'm doing, right? So whatever that is that you want in any area of your life, really, but oftentimes what I coach on is business, is make a decision about what you want. Make that plan, okay? Whatever that plan is, get that decision. The next thing is you want to be decided in that decision. You need to make sure that decision is something that you are putting the stake in the ground. This is something that you're not going back on, right? Because that's going to make you wobbly in your mindset. If you make a decision and then you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe I want this instead, maybe I want to do this, you're not going to do the actions, or it might be 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, right? So once you have to really make that decision, like this is the key component of getting your beliefs and mindset on board, is making a decision and sticking with the decision until it sticks, until it works. If you don't quit on that decision and you just keep going, then knowing that you're just going to do it until it works, right? Obviously, there might be circumstances that happen under your control that make you sway from your decision, but you always want to know what it is you want, what's that impact you want to make, what's that business that you want to have, what is that outcome you want, and just really, if you can hone in on the decision, it doesn't matter when it's going to show up, and what's going to happen is your mind is going to constantly say, well, I'm still going after this. This is something that I want. But if you're wobbling on the decision, it's almost like you have to redecide. You have to constantly make a new decision. You have to constantly, oh, maybe I want this, maybe I want that. And it really is making a decision and making that decision step by step by step, and then following through on that decision. Really, this could be the end of the conversation right here, is knowing how to make a decision, sticking with the decision until it happens, until you get what you want from that decision, until that whatever that decision is, you follow through and you get it. However, not all of us are great at decision making and sticking with our decisions, because we might, our brains are funny things, and when things get hard and when things get uncomfortable, our brain starts to say, well, maybe that's the wrong decision. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I'm not, capable of that. Maybe whatever it is, right? Our brains have ways of putting us off path if something gets hard, if something is uncomfortable, if something's brand new, if it's something we've never done before. So how do you make that decision solidified? How do you make it easy for you to stick with that decision so that you feel good about it and that you can consistently keep moving forward towards that decision, towards that outcome that you've made? So the first thing you need to do is you really need to find proof and evidence to support your decision. So let's pretend that your decision is to make a specific income month, or let's pretend you want to launch a program, like a group program. Whatever it is, make that decision and then find proof of 2 things. Proof and evidence that you have done other things in the past and you've been able to follow through on and get those things and build belief in your confidence. And the second thing is belief and proof and evidence from other people. If you can find other people that have done what you want to do, if you can find proof that other people have done it, then that's going to make your decision easier, because it's not just some decision that you're randomly making, it's a decision, and then you find proof to support yourself that this decision is a possibility, right? This is how to back up your decision making. If you're, you could be like Elon Musk or Oprah that is doing something completely brand new, right? And have the confidence and conviction that you're going to go after this as long as it takes, however it takes, no matter what hiccups come across your path, right? And you're the leader, you're the one in front, right? You just make that decision. This is what I want, and I'm doing this, right? However, if you need more help than that, then the next thing is to find proof and evidence that you are that person that can do that you are that amazing, badass, confident, in conviction person, or looking as well for proof, evidence that other people like you can do it, or other people just can do things, right? Other people that maybe if you're looking for something business-wise in terms of building an online business or building a coaching business or a service-based business, who are other people out there that have done it? Right? And looking at them and realizing that you're probably not any different from them. You just haven't made the decision or taking the steps forward, or maybe you just haven't been doing it long enough to have the results happen. And that they've probably just done a few more uncomfortable things, and if they've, push past their fear a little bit more than you have. And if you can think about it that way, it's so much easier to think, well, if they can do it, I can do it, right? So instead of looking at people with jealousy or worry, or maybe not worry. Sometimes people worry because they're behind the ball and they want to be where that other person is, but really using that as fuel, right? Using that as evidence and inspiration to say, well, this is possible. This is actually possible. Someone else has done this. I can do this too, right? And then the other thing you need to do is start creating beliefs around the evidence, right? So creating beliefs about this possibility. So, really understanding why am I feeling like I can't do this? And if I can do this, what are beliefs that I can write that can help me solidify my decision to go forward? So whatever it is. So let's pretend it is to reach a certain income level, right? Let's say you're wanting to get, let's just pick a number out of the sky. Say you want to get $100,000 months, right? You can say, I believe that I am someone who makes $100,000 months, and put passion in and do different ways to create that sentence, right? Like just start making yourself around people that are doing that and start feeling that energy and start literally like thinking it all the time. Like whatever it is, like maybe it's $10,000 months, maybe it's 2 clients a month or something, whatever it is, start surrounding yourself with that belief and start saying it and start like looking at the proof for it and the evidence for it and reminding yourself that it's possible and knowing that if other people are doing something, you're doing it. And so you can start writing those beliefs down, like I am someone that makes this amount, or I believe that it's possible to make this amount, or I'm feeling that amount of money coming in. Whatever it is, just start creating those new beliefs and those new things that you're going to be saying to yourself. Because if you're thinking things like, oh, that's so far off, or oh my gosh, it's going to take forever to do that, or that's a lot of hard work to do that, or oh, maybe in a year that's going to happen, those are beliefs that are not going to serve you. And so you want to see and listen to the things that you're saying, that why this thing that you want is not possible. You want to start hearing, what are the things that I'm saying? What are the things I'm telling myself? And switch those around. So you do want to start listening to the beliefs and thoughts that you're saying so that you can eradicate those ones if they don't serve to where you're going next. And so if you're thinking, well, yes, I want to be there, but it's not going to be for a while, or yes, I want to be there, but I have to do all these things, or yes, I want to be there, but it might be a lot of hard work. You want to get rid of those beliefs, eradicate them, find evidence that they're possible now, and start creating those beliefs, okay? So you want to find those beliefs, you want to create new beliefs, you want to start surrounding yourself with the evidence and proof that it's possible for you. And you also want to be creating new beliefs. You want to start seeing the things that you're thinking. You want to like literally, this is why when your mindset's not strong on something that you want, you need to do this more often. If your mindset's very strong and you have made that decision and you're doing the actions and you're being consistent, you don't have to be constantly like, let me make a belief and let me find more evidence. It's almost like once you're in that energy, it's such a switch, right? When you're in the energy that this is possible, that this is happening for me, that you're confident, you're in conviction, that you've made that decision, it's almost like a switch happens and you know it's going to happen and you start taking those steps forward, right? Like the steps will show themselves to you. But if you're still in apprehensive feeling, if you're still not sure of this decision that you've made, or you're not really taking steps and you're noticing that you're taking 2 steps forward and 5 steps back and you're not really moving forward, or you're questioning and doubting yourself, then you have to create beliefs and you have to find the evidence to support those beliefs so that you keep going when the going is tough, so that you keep going when it's not happening, when you don't see anything that's working, right? Because Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're trying to achieve is not built in a day. So you have to look at realistically the thing that you want. Was that built in a day? Do most people get that in a day or a week or a month? And if not, like you want to do the steps to get there, right? And so the next thing you want to think about, I'm just going to look at my notes here, is the skills and the mastery around going after what you want, okay? So a lot of people don't talk about this. This is such a big thing for me because what builds your confidence in anything that you want or anything that comes to you is skills and mastery in something. So if I were to believe something super strongly that it's possible for me and I know it's going to happen, that confidence is there, right? It's usually because I've done it before, I have the skills in it, maybe it's happened to me before, I know how to do it. I have skills and confidence and mastery around something. To get the confidence that is going to solidify your belief and solidify your commitment and discipline to getting something, you need that confidence. So if your confidence is really wobbly in terms of the things that you need to do to get what you want, then you need to build up your skills. You need to start mastering what you need to learn to get what you want. You need to step into the shoes of the person that has what you want. You need to step into the shoes of the people that are showing you the evidence and proof. Really, look at what they're doing. Look at their plan. Look at literally everything and break it apart and say, okay, so if this is for building a business on social media, what are they literally doing on social media that I'm not doing? What are they literally writing about? What is it? How is their copy different than mine? How are they showing up energetically? What are they thinking? How are they feeling? What are they doing, right? How can I master some of the skills that they have? Because evidently they've gotten to where they wanted to be and that's where I want to be. What are the things that they're doing that I have not yet perfected, skilled, or mastered that I can learn how to do, right? And what that's going to do in the meantime of building your belief and doing the steps to get what you want, you also, once you build skills and mastery around it, your confidence is going to build. And that's going to build your mindset. That's going to build your belief, and that's going to build the energy because you're going to feel that it's possible for you. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is dealing with roadblocks. So let me just scroll here. So dealing with roadblocks. So you might have the confidence, you're like, okay, awesome. I feel like I know exactly what I need to do. I have the evidence, I have the proof, my mindset on board, I'm getting brand new beliefs. I'm feeling like I'm learning, I know the skills I need to learn and I'm learning them. I'm feeling confident. I'm looking at my vision every day. I'm, stoking the fire of what I want every day. Remember, if you're not stoking the fire, if you're not reminding yourself of what you want, it's probably going to go off to the wayside. So unless you're in complete decision and you've put your, it's almost like when you're driving down a road without directions. You need directions. You need to know what you want and you need to know how to get there. And then you follow those directions. The same thing for going after what you want. You're following the directions to get what you want until you get to your destination. However, on any type of road, there's going to be roadblocks, right? It's just what it is. So you need to start thinking about, okay, what happens if I'm doing really good, I'm seeing some success, I'm seeing some results, or maybe I'm not seeing any. How do you deal with the roadblocks? How do you overcome the fears? How do you overcome things when it's getting hard, right? So you actually have to almost pre-plan that there's going to be tough times. You have to pre-plan that it's not going to be perfect sailing, right? You are embarking on something brand new, something that you want, a desire that you have, an outcome that you've never achieved before, or maybe something you've achieved, but it was difficult. So you need to know, what are you going to do when the going gets hard? Are you going to level up your proof? Are you going to get more proof? Are you going to get more evidence that's possible? How are you going to enhance your mindset? Are you going to get skilled? Are you going to get some training, coaching, or skills and mastery from someone? Are you going to have someone that you can maybe learn things from, right? Take lessons from, or coach from, or take a course. Something that maybe it's your confidence has been pushed down and you're not feeling it today. Or is it going to be an energy thing? Right? Maybe you've been working really hard and you're going, and you're just pushing, and it's all push, and then you burn yourself out, right? you have to be thinking about your energy as well. Because remember what I said at the start of this video, you need to combine your energy and your mindset, right? Let's pretend you're doing all the things, right? You're posting on social media, you're doing everything that you know possible to get clients, you've heard it all, you're following what everyone's saying, but it's not happening. It could be that you're just going, what do you say, like with the flow, but not really, you're on the hamster wheel, but your energy's not in it. People can feel energy. So if you're doing the things that you know you're supposed to do, but you're not getting the results, but you're doing the activities, it could be that your energy is not aligning with who you're trying to call in or aligning with that goal that you want. So you need to have it all. You need to have that energy with you. So you need to remind yourself the powerful person that you are and align yourself with that power in terms of getting excited, getting inspired, feeling like you're the best person in the world to go after this, feeling like you're the bomb, feeling like that next level version of yourself. Like it's almost like when you go after this goal, when you go after what you want, not only are you learning the mastery and the skills for it, you're making sure your mindset and belief plans on track, but you also have to have the energy of that person who already has what you have. So you have to have that energy so other people feel it. You have to have that energy so the universe, whatever, is like, okay, this person really means it. Like they are on the edge of their seat. They are in excitement mode. They are feeling joyful. They are literally like, oh my God, it's coming. It's coming. Like it's almost like that feeling. I was going to say like the feeling of an orgasm, but it really is that feeling of like you can feel it coming. Like you know it's about to happen and it's just about to come for I didn't mean to get sexual here, but it's just about to come. Like this is something where like you are literally expecting. You are in expectation of this coming to you. And it's just like, it's right around the corner, right? Okay, that energy, that feeling of like, it's happening. There's no way this is not gonna happen. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm doing these actions with the idea like this is happening and it's right around the corner. I can't wait. Here it's coming. I'm so happy about that. Oh my God, I'm celebrating that it's coming. So you have to be in that energy of belief and that energy of complete joy and feeling it's inevitable. Okay? All right. So that's about dealing with roadblocks. There's different things that you can do with dealing with roadblocks. I do like to work with my clients specifically because everyone has different ways of dealing with roadblocks. So depending on who you are, whether you are spurred by pain or pleasure, or maybe you know, there's certain things that really inspire and motivate people and also get their inspiration flowing. So I like to work with my individual clients on their individual mindset plan. So this is more of a general overview. The next thing is processing your emotions. And this also has to do with the energy, okay? So there are gonna be times when your energy is low. It's okay, right? There are gonna be times when you overwork. There's gonna be times when you're, pushing through and it's not as much in flow. Don't put yourself down about that. Don't make yourself wrong about that. Just know that it's part of the process and that you will go back to that more easeful place, that more aligned place, that place where you're feeling, right, it's inevitable and you're feeling good and you're feeling joyful and you're excited. Oh my God, everything I'm doing is working. Everything's amazing. Oh my God, that post I just wrote is incredible. I just put this out. It was amazing, right? Like you want to get in that, but there's going to be some times when you're like, yeah, I didn't like what I just did there. Oh, that was a bummer. Oh man, I'm so tired, right? But know that there's ways to get your energy hyped again. Know that there's ways to bring yourself back to that next level energy. So there's things that you can do to really process when you're feeling like down and out, or when you're just feeling out in the dumps or blah, right? So things that you can do is body work, right? You can get a massage, you can get fascia stretch therapy, you can do yoga, you can do things where you're processing your emotions and getting, like, because things in our lives happen, right? So you could be on the way to getting something that you want, but You could have something out of the blue happen in your personal life that like trips you up and makes you feel crappy. And so that's normal, right? Maybe you ate a bad pizza and you have gluten intolerance and you're feeling gross all day, right? That happens to me. I have like gluten and dairy intolerances. So sometimes I have a meal, even though it tastes good, and I eat it, I'm like, ugh, I feel gross, right? And so just watch what you eat. Watch what you eat. But no, honestly, like really take some self-care, because your energy is really important. And so you have to think about, what are self-care things I can do for myself? What are stress release things I can do for myself? What are ways that I can get rid of these blocked energies, or this stagnant feeling, or this low energy? Maybe I need to get better sleep, right? It could literally be, I need to exercise. I have not exercised. I've not even felt my body, right? You need to do a little bit of embodiment work. I know that I have a dancer's background, and I have done yoga for many, many years. And I know that after a while, if I've been sitting at my computer or I'm feeling blah, I know that if I get up and actually dance or do some movement with my body, it really helps me feel a new energy. And this is literally, Tony Robbins talks about this, where if you actually change your stance or change the way you're acting in terms of your body and the way, he gets people to, I've never been to one of his conferences or events, but I know he gets people to stand up, to make noises, to move around. He's doing that to break up the energy, to change the energy, to change your state, right? The idea of changing state. And so a lot of state changing, like the state of your being, has to do with your body and embodiment. So if you're always sitting, if you're always doing the same thing, if you're always exercising just by walking, but you're not changing your state in a dramatic way, that will affect you. And so I believe in body work. I do believe in being serious about your self-care. Your body will tell you if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like not up to it or energized. And so I will literally do stretches. Like my body will take me into stretches and I'll feel relief. And you need to process your emotions. You need to get any stagnation out of you, because you want to get yourself into that high vibration, that vibration of feeling so excited and feeling on and feeling like it's coming, right? Okay, and I also have this idea about an energetic plan, right? Another way to increase your energetic plan, in as well as your embodiment practices and releasing blocked and stagnant energy, is to really energize yourself with healthy eating. Now, not a lot of people talk about this with mindset. I don't know why, but it's so important. I am very invested in my body. For many years, I've always taken care of my body and looked at my nutrition and what I eat. Maybe it comes from my yogic background or dancing, but this is like such a key component, right? And I can tell literally if I have binged on a bag of chips, whole bunch of chocolate, cookies. This past weekend we went to my cottage, and of course I had way more turtles. I was joking that like turtles, they've got pecan and caramel and chocolate, they're so good, are one of my favorite chocolates. And my friends surprised me and they're like, we got you something. And there's like a whole box of turtles. Oh, don't you know I'm gonna eat all those? Now I didn't eat all of them, but I would eat 5 at a time, right? And I knew it was bad for me, but whatever. It's okay to have fun things. It's not like bad to eat like chocolate and things that you enjoy. But, I knew I was eating. My body is going to not thank me after I eat those 5 turtles in a row, right? So I really do notice when my body is eating crap. And because I can tell the energy, I can tell when I'm feeling crappy, when I'm feeling lethargic. That has a lot to do with what you eat. And so if you're trying to raise your energy, I really recommend you think about what you're eating, right? Just don't think about your thoughts, but think about the way you're treating yourself and treating your body. Like this is a vessel, okay? And this is the most important, like if you're gonna have ideas spring forth and you're gonna be writing and you're gonna do interviews and whatever you do for your business, like coaching or, holding people's space for people, you do not wanna be lethargic. You wanna be giving yourself the most important nutrients, macro, micronutrients, protein, stuff like that, right? And so I know 100% when I eat crap, I feel like crap. It just is the way it goes. And it's maybe because I pay very good attention to my body, but I really this is so important for your energy, is knowing, wow, if I want to indulge today, if I want to eat a lot of crappy foods, I'm not going to be as energetic. I'm not going to be feeling as light. There's this feeling when you are giving yourself the best nutrition and you're really focused on self-care and giving yourself like, you know, a good workout or a great stretch, you're going to feel like $1,000,000. It just is, you know, you feed yourself good things, you're going to feel like $1,000,000. Your clients are going to feel $1,000,000. You're going to be going after your objectives and goals and plans with such vigor, right? Such vigor and such vivaciousness and, you know, vibrance. I don't know why I wanted to use all V words there, but there you go. So just make sure you're thinking about this. Because if you're thinking, I don't even know what's off today. Well, are you gluten intolerant? Did you eat something crappy today? Did you get enough sleep? Right? All these things. So that's all I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about your mindset and energy, ways to you know, increase your mindset, increase your energy, increase your confidence, really get on board with what you want, what you're going after. Confidence and going at what you want and having that energy to do things is a skill, right? Getting yourself in the game, getting your mindset on track, feeling that energy to go after, to have belief, to think you're the most amazing person in the universe, right? I mean, having that level of belief in yourself that you're the person that has to go after and get this outcome, that takes a skill, right? It takes a skill to build up that confidence. It takes a skill to do the things to get yourself in that energy of belief. And it's not about being narcissistic. It's not about being the best in the world, right? I believe this is for all of us. I think that all of us can harness the energy and mindset of our own selves and then give the most we can and be our best selves in the world, right? Your gift is going to be different than my gift. But I want you to be able to be in that feeling of the optimal self, right? The peak performance self of yourself to be able to give your gifts. And so if you can get yourself in confidence and conviction and belief and discipline and energy to get that gift, to like be able to spread your love and your gifts and whatever it is that you're good at into the world, that is what's going to change the world one step at a time, right? Because if we're all able to be working at optimum levels of performance, then that's all we can ask for, right? So that's all I have today. Felt like I was a little bit like on the pedestal preaching today. I'll just like flew through me. But I really, really want to urge you that you are worthy of feeling this confident in yourself, to have this high level of belief. And it's something that I want to talk about one more thing. There are going to be times where you don't have this level of confidence, this level of belief, this level of discipline, this level of going after things with such energy, right? And there are certain things that do, they're mindset killers, right? They're things that can really wreak havoc on your mindset. Things like grief, things like debt, things like a relationship going sour, things like losing your job, things like losing someone in your life. There's so many different things that can really bring you down in your mindset. It could be the way you were brought up. Maybe you weren't, built up, your confidence wasn't built up as a young person. So there's a lot of things that may have hampered your mindset, or things that just out of the blue happen that hamper your mindset, right? Anything like illness. And all of a sudden you feel like, oh my God, how do I overcome this? And I want you to know that this is not something that I take lightly. I'm not saying you can overcome everything and that you are, of course, some people are going to have harder circumstances than other people. And some people are going through things right now. And maybe that's why it's harder for them to move forward and get through the tar, right? It's so sticky. But know that when you're ready, you do have the ability to harness the way you think and your energy. And so if you think about that, process the things you're going through. right? Don't ever numb out these hard things that are going on in your life. If you are going through hardships, if you're not, awesome, but if you are, don't numb them out by pressing forward. Process it, get therapy for it, get counseling for it, whatever it is that you know that there's something going on, work through that any way you can. And while you're working through that, work on your mindset and your energy. And know that you can get through it, and that there's ways to process stuff, and that it's all part of the human experience. We're all going to go through some sort of struggle in our life. We're all going to go through hardship, but we also have the ability to go after what we want. We also have the ability to take personal responsibility and decide what we want and take steps to get there. And if you can remember that, you do have a choice to go after what you want, and that, a lot of the work that I do in terms of personal development and coaching my clients, a lot of people come to me when they have everything sorted in their life and things are great, and they maybe want to build a business, right? So they're successful in all areas and they're ready to build a business. It's rare that someone comes to me when they've got all these problems going on. That's more for a therapist, right? A coach is someone that's more helping you get those goals and go after what you want. But I also want to acknowledge that as a coach, just because people come to me when they're, wanting to reach that next level version of themselves, and they're at that high point of their life and they have everything that they want pretty much, but they just want that next thing, it doesn't mean that while coaching them, they might not all of a sudden go through something that is terrifying, or a human experience, or something out of the blue that takes their mindset from here to down here, right? They could all of a sudden lose their job, or all of a sudden lose an important family member, right? And so that also can happen when you're coaching someone. And so it's almost like that dance of when I'm coaching someone, knowing when to charge, knowing when to harness your energy to go after what you want, and knowing when to process and to harness that energy and love for yourself and belief for yourself and care for yourself when a real roadblock or real hardship comes up. It's an important thing to acknowledge, because I never want to not acknowledge the human experience and things that happen, and how important it is not to numb, and how important it is not to just be like positive, let's only positive thinking, right? I don't agree with just overcoming any type of situation with positive thinking. I agree we need to process the things, and then process, and then go after a goal. And the processing will depend on what the experience that you're going through. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you thought about it. Did you have any aha moments while watching? Please put in the comments. I love to hear what you're thinking and your thoughts, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. If you'd like to coach with me, I would be absolutely honored to do so. I coach with my clients on really how to get their mindset in the right place, really think about energy, sales, and marketing. Those are the main things. So it's really like, I have it like kind of in 3 pillars. So I work on your intuition, which is your like mindset, energy piece, and how to really hone that so that you know the ways of your brain, you know how to work it, you know how to help it, and the energy so that you become that most confident self, right? So that intuition to become that best person. I also work on your influence, right? How do you influence other people through your marketing and your sales process? That is a key thing that I work on, and I think it's really important to think about your influence in ways of not really pushing people to do things, but doing it in a way that's authentic to you, right? That is you. And then the third way is innovation, right? So I really take care of looking at you and who you are as a person and your creativity. We're all creative, resourceful, and whole. And what that means is, what is your innovation going to be? What is your creativity? How is that going to come through so that you stand apart from other people in your industry, right? Maybe it's the way you coach people. Maybe it's the frameworks that you take people through your coaching. And I literally have frameworks and methods for different things I do. And I want to help you come up with those and teach you ways that you can come up with those, so that when you're teaching and when you're coaching, it's completely unique to you and the ideas are flowing through you in an innovative way. So if you're ever interested in coaching with me, I would love to work with you. We can get on the phone and chat. I do this 30-minute session, which is a sales strategy session where we actually can look at your business and look at where you're at right now and where you maybe want to go. And I can really do like a bird's eye view to see, things that maybe we can shift and change. And I might give you some pointers of what I would suggest, and then see where you're at. And if you're interested in coaching with me for longer term, I do strategy sessions as well as 6-month coaching sessions where we work together as a team and really in partnership. And so I think about, what do you want, and I partner you with that and help you get where you want to go with coaching, consulting, and really mentoring you on the strategies to build your business. So if you're interested, definitely send me a message. I would love to hear from you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. Bye.